Hi and welcome to today's video. I'm here in my greenhouse filming. I'm gonna sow some seeds because it's a cold frame. I guess it's called cold frame if you don't have it heated, and mine is not, so it's a cold frame, not a greenhouse technically, but here we call them all greenhouses, though they are not heated or not. So it's good to have a cold frame or a greenhouse so you can sow some seeds before they go out, because it's very more warm in here. Like now, when the sun is out, it's like 20 degrees Celsius out here during the day. But I do have this mesh cloth that I can put over the seedlings during the day or during the night. We still have frost nights and cold nights, maybe for another month or so. But most of the things that I'm gonna sow today are cold, hardy things like peas, spinach, and a lettuce. They grow from 5 Celsius and they can take the colder degrees, especially when they are already outside. I don't have to harden them off. They'll still be in here. Maybe in the, like before I plant them out, I will have them outside a little bit for a few days, so they will get to know the wind and all that. Plant some seeds, sow some seeds. First I'm gonna do this pea. They call half pint, but they're also called thumb. It's a dwarf variety. I've had them for a few years and really good to have now in the beginning. Then I saw the ones that are climbing up, but these are more like some small bushes, and I really like that. So I will show you where I will sow them. So here I have toilet rolls where I put soil in, and they're really good because I have read that peas don't like to have the roots disturbed so much when transplanting them. So I'm thinking I will use this one because I can just put these in the ground with the pea plant. So I'll just take a few seeds. These are very big. I know you can have them in water for like 24 hours before sowing them, but I feel like it will be the same if you keep the soil very moist all the time. So I don't do that. So just pack the soil. So it's a compact. So if the soil is too loose when you put the seed in, and then you water, the seed can sink down and then they won't come up because it's too dark and too hard for them to come up. It's good to press it down so it's firm, not too hard, but it should be firm. And I see that on this packaging it says they can be 5 centimeters deep. I don't know, I think so. I just put them like this. Maybe it's like like this deep. So I will put 2 seeds in each. Trying to press them down so they have contact with the soil. Take one more. So that's the seeds. Now I'm gonna top it with some soil. Instead of making holes. I think it's easy to do it like this and press it down, and then just add the soil on top, just very loosely. That topping should not be firm, it just should be loose on top. I think the measurements on the packaging, I think it's because if you do it outside it should be protected from the nature, but we do it inside. I don't think you need the depth like they say in the packaging, because you have it in a protecting area. Now I've just watered them in with a spray bottle. That's right, I put a bit, because when you water, the soil will sink down a little bit. Fill it a bit more. I did make ready another row. I'm not sure if I should plant it with something, because I don't need more peas. I think it will be at least 4 plants, maybe more. I have my seeds here I'm thinking of that I'm gonna do. I might do seed. I can do sweet peas. This packaging is a mix flower and colors, so I'll just do the same. Just put here, I can put 3 in each, because I think they will, it's good to have them 4 out together. You could plant the whole thing. One is lost. There is. See if I can get that one. Yes, I did. So I'll just push them down a little bit, separating them inside this one. Good to do the sides firmly as well. Push them down there. And then one in the middle, if they want to do as I want them to do. Not easy. It's not, they don't have to be perfectly separated. I think that's good. That's really good. Just push the sides a little bit more, put them down. Keep one in the middle. This is really good because I get maybe 1 month ahead if I would sow them now outside, because it's not ready for that yet here. Like nowadays they say we have our last frost day of 15th of May here, around that time. Yes, before we had around our national day, 6th of June, our last frost dates. But now they have said that here it has moved for 2 weeks. So it's good with the cold frame. I can sow maybe 4 weeks before the last frost, like now it is. Today is 6th of April, so it's getting to the half mark, and still like beginning of it's our average last day. It's only our average last day, so it can be earlier or later. And the good thing also with the toilet rolls is that they will keep the heat better, or keep them warmer, because it's a little bit isolating for them to be in that one. So we'll see when they will come up. Now it's time to sow some lettuce. This is my favorite one I found. It's called Black Seeded Simpson. It's a lettuce. And like I said, this has become one of my favorites. It's very crunchy and fresh. It says it's also very cold and heat tolerating, the lettuce. So it's really nice. And you get 500 seeds one of this packaging. I think this is like my 3rd year with this one. But when I buy seeds from this company in Pekta, I always add one of these in almost every year, so I always have at home. They look like this. Lettuce seeds. And I pack the soil, make it again, and then I will just throw the seeds around, because they will be easy to pick apart later when they're getting bigger. Not too much, because I think these seeds are very good at germinating. I noticed. I think that is enough. And this one that I'm sowing in is a container I got strawberries in from the grocery store. They're really good to use to sow things in. Then I'll just put a thin layer of soil, compost soil. I'm using just normal, not sowing compost, because you know, salads or lettuce you can direct sow in the soil, so then I'm not so picky what soil you use. For me it works so well to just buy a big planting soil with already with everything it needs. Just sprinkle some on. It says there should be only a half centimeters, 0.5. I feel like this is like that. If I do a very thin, loose sprinkles of soil. Then I have my spray bottle here ready. I'll do quite a lot because that is really good. So that's the Black Sea Simpsons. I will also write a little note. This is for my milk packaging. I'm showing really good to how to reuse things. Where did I put my pen? I don't know. I found my pen. It's a Sharpie. So this is Black Sea Simpson. So that's also write the date 6/4. So I think I know it. You see? I have another of these buckets. Let's see if I will have. They come with lids, but I think them are all inside. I think I will go and get them and put it over so it become a little bit of a greenhouse. It's empty. Just put it with soil. This time I will actually sow spinach. This is spinach I'm gonna sow. It's called Viking. It's called spenat in Swedish. This one should be 1 to 2 centimeters deep. I feel like in the greenhouse they're more protected, so I don't do that. I don't know how deep this is, maybe half centimeters to 1 centimeter, so I just sprinkle them out here too. They also can be transplanted fairly good and separated, so I will do this now, and then maybe in middle of May, when I will transplant these, I can also sow in my raised beds. I will just try to separate them a little bit so they don't all in the same spot. I think that's enough, since I'm gonna sow more outside later. I have enough. There are white seeds. And now some soil on top. I'm trying to make it very loose and fluffy, so they will have easier to come up. I feel like that works the best, to have the soil underneath compact, but on top very loose and fluffy. I feel like the sun can come through, sunlight, to heat it up. Big thing, I just throw it out. So all the seeds have water to soak up, and it needs to. I'm also going to try to sow some kale, grain leaf. See how it goes. This is a tub we get grapes here in the grocery store. So I'm trying. It's really good to sow things in. I've done that many times. Cold rolls and plastic tubs, plastic containers. So these are the kale seeds, small round ones. I'm trying to not to do too many. They're also easy to take apart when I transplant them. I think that's enough. Try to, if I see them being too close, I will try to separate them a little bit. How deep should they be? Around 1 centimeter deep, about. Or they say 1 centimeter. I'm not that exact. You can also put some water on the soil before you put the seeds in, if it's very dry. This is how this bag has been outside the whole winter, so it's still very moist. But if the soil is dry, you should put the water before the seeds, so they have moisture from both sides. Good contact. Now my cat is here. He always finds me in the garden when I'm out. He likes that. I do have a bigger one. I think I will take inside and fill now. It's this big spray bottle to keep it outside for the seedlings. It will hurt. My wrist and hand will be hurting soon. And this is kale. Green kale. What is it called? Something else? I think so. Green kale. I did sow these last year, but I was too slow to plant them out, so they were eaten by butterflies. So that's a little sign, and this one you can just put like this. It will be a little bit of a greenhouse. It will keep the moisture better inside, so it won't dry up.